Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Zesty or Testy podcast. I am Testy McNasty. With me, as always, is my partner in crime, Zesty Tito de la Verga. No,
De la pinga.
can we start over? You want to leave that in?
Yeah.
All right, fuck it.
De la pinga, dude. Get
De
it
la
right.
Pinga, I'm sorry. I am so fucking sorry. We like to
Oh,
start.
sorry you are.
We like to start. We like to start.
That's how we like to start.
I got better on the mind. I'm sorry. We like to start every episode with toast. If you're in your car, lift up your coffee like Zesty's having. If you're at home, lift up your alcoholic beverage because we'll sound a lot better. Today's toast is in vino veritas. In wine there is truth, or gin, or whiskey, or whatever the hell you
In vino vergas. Is that what it was?
In vino veritas. All right. Sorry. I already fucked up. Anyway. How are you doing?
Como la verga.
Como la verga.
No, man, I'm doing good. Welcome back. Shit, dude. It feels like it's been forever.
We missed a week here and a week there. We're just kind of like sporadically getting the podcasts in. We apologize for that. We are very thankful for the people that ask us, hey, why not a new Zesty or Testy?
Yeah.
And we apologize for the weeks that we missed. But, you know, we're both dads. We both got kids. We both got very hectic schedules. So you get them when you get them, kids.
That's right.
You get what you get and you don't get upset.
No. If you get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Get your shoe right, dude.
Dude, I'm all over the place today.
A la verga.
I love it.
All right, folks. So, yeah, I agree with Testy here. People have been asking if we're going to record another episode. I've got sad news for everybody. This is our final episode. No, it's not. I'm fucking with you.
Of the week?
Of the week. And then we'll be back next week. But, no, man, it's just been crazy. So, thank you, like Testy said, thank you for asking and wondering where we were, or whether we were going to record again or when it was going to happen again. Well, we're back. You know, it was kind of a crazy episode last 2 weeks ago. With some imposters trying to be us. Whatever.
What? Oh.
Yeah. We moved on. We took control over our podcast.
Yeah. We're
Yeah. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm just going to say, for anyone listening who's got friends, relatives, kids in band, I love my kid being in band, but I'm so glad marching band season is over, right? Man. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. It felt like a long 4 weeks. And now I understand when people say, oh, it's Bantover.
Oh, you're just counting the month because band started before October,
yeah.
But like all the main shit is
Yeah,
during October.
So before that, it's like rehearsal for the kids, and yeah, they go on long, and it's the kids involved. It's not really us, you know. But then when we get more involved is, you know, during the so football games happen, but it's when it's marching competition that it's like football game on a Friday, and then Saturday you got a competition, you got to go out of town, and I mean the kids are troopers doing that.
Yeah.
You know, staying up till, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night because of a football game, and then up at 4 in the morning so you can be in the band hall by 5:30 and then travel wherever you're going. And so I think, I'm going to say it, not because I was in band, but truthfully, I'm going to say it, band kids are troopers, man. I mean, we're fortunate. We always talk about our kids being great, but
Yeah.
those band kids, that's something else, man.
Yeah, they act like it's not a sport, but I mean, there's kids that have pulled muscles, trying to march, trying to like hustle across the field. There's kids who have they trip and fall and get stepped on, man. Kids are twisting ankles,
Absolutely, man.
It's dangerous.
It is.
And it's hard work. It's a lot of hard work marching up and down the field.
Well, I said it during the summer. These kids, and just like yours, these kids start mid-July, and they go, from 8 to 7, or 8 to 6, or 9 to 7, 9 to 6. I don't know. It's like a 10 or 11-hour day, it seems like.
Yeah.
They've got breaks in between, but nonetheless, it sure is a lot of work for these kids. So I'm proud of our kids. I'm proud of all band kids. I'm proud of I mean, both our we have kids in band, so kudos to you guys. And you guys made it pretty far.
Yeah, we got 7th place in BOA.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
So-
out of 63 teams, or
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you who are not familiar with BOA, it's Bands of America. You know, it's like 65, 63 bands from, you know, the state of Texas coming to be. And there's different areas of Bands of America, but the one that your daughter's performance, and just like my daughter is, you know, for this area, this region has 63 or 65 bands. So,
Yeah.
dude, it's, you know, we didn't make the finals. You guys did, and so I'm happy. I'm happy with her performance. At the end of the day, it's like they said at the beginning, right? It's truly, I feel this is one of those things that it's truly about just being able to participate and knowing that these kids work so hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to get off my bandwagon on band. Well, but I will recognize band parents. I made a lot of good friends.
Good.
Yeah, this
yeah, y'all were like tailgating every band
Dude,
competition.
these guys know how to freaking do it, man. When they said, you know, last year when I signed up, they said, "Hey, Johnny, come and join us." Or, you know, they didn't know my name. They're like, "Hey, you want to sign up? You know, your daughter is going to appreciate it. You're going to be there when she's there." And I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be awesome, right? My daughter's performing, and I'll be there.
Yeah.
And then I went to the first time, and I'm like, "Oh, this isn't bad. All we do is, you know, clean up and do this stuff." And then all of a sudden, it's like the grunt. We get into the grunt, which is, "Oh, now we got to build a set and
You
do
got like
this."
5 minutes to set up, right?
Oh,
like
dude.
they call you, and then like
And then
everybody
you got,
rushes out.
and then you
says
got
they're gonna
2
go.
minutes to get everything
To
out,
clear
or
it
3
out.
minutes. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy, man. But it wasn't just, you know, taking props in, taking props out. It was also building the props, man. And so I was not a part of the design. Some of the dads were. But I'll tell you what. I just can't say enough how impressive it is, man, to have all these folks come together and work, and they don't mess around. But in between practices, I'm telling you, dude, all of a sudden these guys, they put together like 6 tents, and they start pulling out tables, chairs, and a grill, and I mean, dude, we had a 40-inch TV. We were watching football out there.
Yeah.
I was like,
Some people
dude,
take that shit seriously.
this is like better than some of the tailgates I've been to, man. I mean, they know how to do it. So kudos to all the crews, and it's not just my daughters, but I mean, I saw some of the crew parents for other bands, and dude, it's amazing. So anyway, that's my 5 minutes on band crew and how amazing these kids and parents are. So anyway, except you.
Yeah, I didn't crew. I just drove. And then left early because I knew the bus would take her home. And I already saw. Well, they're doing the same performance like over and over again. It's not like, you know, I went and saw the performance at practice the first time they let us, and then I went and saw the performance at the first competition they went to, and then like, okay, well, you made it to the next step, so you're gonna do the same performance again, and then you made it to the next step, so you're gonna do the same performance again. So it's like we can sit here and we can all get home at 2 a.m. as a family, or I can take my wife and other 2 kids home. They can rest. I can sleep in the high school parking lot until the bus shows up, and then get my kid home. And that's what I chose to do. The good thing, every time my kid would get home, all the good band parents were out there with like light up little clappy things.
Oh, yeah,
and neon stuff, and they're like cheering, yay, and applauding the kids for their good thing. And I wake up, I'm like, oh, I guess they're here. So I get out of my car and I go stand with the other parents.
Oh, I thought you were going to be a Karen, roll down your window and tell them to
Hey, shut up,
keep
I'm
it down.
sleeping.
Keep it down. I'm trying to sleep here.
Some of us
are trying to get some rest.
Some of us had a podcast to
Yeah.
record tomorrow.
Yeah. Keep your shit down.
No, I was thankful that I could use the parents as an alarm clock. The good parents were my alarm clock.
No, but you're right. You're right. You see the same performance over and over. But you know, look, band is near and dear to my heart, dude. You know, I was a band kid, man, and coincidentally, my kid plays the same instrument I played. I had nothing to do with that decision.
The skin flute? What did you play?
Yeah, the skin flute, man. You seen my kick?
No.
Bastard.
I apologize.
I played the piccolo, dude.
Shut the fuck up. There's no piccolo in the band.
Yeah, there is. Of course there is.
Then I don't even know what a piccolo is.
You know when we were talking about Vergas? Piccolo. Piccolo. Anyway.
What did you play?
Trombone.
Okay. Your
Not
kid plays the trombone.
What's that?
Your kid plays the trombone?
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I guess you could say my kid's into heavy metal. Brass is heavy metal. Anyway.
My drum solo is slow.
Yeah.
I'm slow today. I'm off. I apologize, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
am too, man.
I'm not getting the best of Testy.
I went. Do we ever get the best of Testy? I mean, let's be honest here. No day is a good day to get Testy. Well, it's every day is a good day to get Testy. It's just this Testy. No vale verga. Remember?
No, I know what we're calling this episode.
No vale verga. Yeah, that's a good name, dude. So when you guys see that, when you're watching this and you see the word verga come up right here, no, I'm just kidding. It's not really going to come up. But whenever we say that word, I think they should drink.
Oh, that would be fun.
So anyway, a la verga contigo.
That would be fun. That'd be a fun drinking game. I thought you were gonna do like Pee Wee's Playhouse, where like when you say the magic word, they have to scream. But drinking's better.
Oh, dude! I just remind. So we hadn't done this podcast since the Rangers won.
Oh, okay.
I know you're not into sports, and you don't give a flying fuck.
Is that?
But I'm pretty excited because, yes, it's tennis. The Rangers won the tennis match. Baboso. No, dude, I've been following the Texas Rangers for 30 years. And
they finally won?
And they finally won, man. And I never gave up. So, to all those people following the Cowboys, I've got one word. Or maybe a few words. Pick another fucking team, because that shit's not going to happen for you guys. But the Rangers made it happen. So, anyway, just very excited about that. So, thank you, Rangers.
There was some meme where they were making fun. Do you know that scene from Austin Powers where Dr. Evil goes,
when
everybody needs to get out of here except for you. And it's like every Texas team that hasn't won a title, get out. Not you Cowboys, not you Rangers, not you. Like, he names all the Texas teams, and it's just the Texans sitting there, and he's just sitting there like...
Yeah, I saw that, dude.
Yeah. I guess the Texans haven't won anything yet.
And then they had a meme for the Astros, and it was Sesame Street characters, and it would say, "What's a letter? What's a letter?" And Elmo was singing, "What's a letter? What's a letter? What's a letter?"
Yeah.
And they're all singing, "What's the letter?" And the letter comes up, and it's an L.
Damn! Ouch.
They were harsh.
Ouch.
So anyway, back to what we really want to talk about here.
The Rangers?
Go Rangers. That's it. That's my other 5 minutes. So we got band out of the way. We got the Rangers out of the way.
Yeah. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait, hold on. Good night to you. Della verga. Della. So, what did I do yesterday? I went and watched a flamenco show at the Arneson Theater downtown. It was pretty cool, dude.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was. One of my kids' friends performed, and I was sharing with them. I would have continued doing flamenco when I was young had it not been because of the ankle injury I got playing rugby. I'm just fucking with you guys.
Every time Zesty tells a lie, take a drink.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of drinking. No, I'm just kidding. I've never done flamenco. Or for that matter, I've never done rugby either. Yeah, so that's it. That's all my life. But anyway, no, it was a good show, man. I hadn't been downtown in so long.
Yeah.
It felt good because I don't think we had gone out as a family in so fucking long, dude. Because it's always like, you take that one to this, you take this one to that. I'll drive her here, I'll pick her up, you pick her up here and take her there. And, dude, it's crazy. So being back to be able to do something as family, that was pretty awesome.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we used to have family dinners like every night, and then ever since volleyball season and band season, there's long stretches of times that we don't sit down and eat together like a family.
So for the last 3 months, dude, since band practice started. I think we went down to 2 days a week that we would do family dinners.
Yeah.
Because Wednesday, neither one of them had anything going on, and then Sundays.
Yeah. Well, Sunday we do lunch after church, so we don't really eat like a big dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us, we do, I mean, we do dinner every night. We'll cook, but we don't.
Everybody eats like when they get home. They don't.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
don't sit down like a family.
It's like Ella and I will eat, and then my other kid will eat with my wife when they get back, or vice versa, whatever it is. But yeah, it's just so it was good to get out. But I'm just gonna put it out there. If you're listening and you work at a restaurant, own a restaurant, go buy a restaurant, and you see me, feel free to give me some free coffee. I'm on a roll right here, dude. So I went to Leander with my wife to go watch one of my kids' soccer games. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and I told my wife before we got to the fields, I said, "Hey, let's pull in here and get a cup of coffee."
Yeah.
And I was sharing with her. I said, "Hey, the last time I was here, the guy that was working behind the counter, really nice guy. I think it was like a Valero. I don't know what it was. 7-Eleven. I think it was 7-Eleven. I go into the gas station. I must have had this look like I'm here for coffee. Like I was, I usually have about 3 cups of coffee, and I was on one only, and it was already like 10 o'clock, and I'm not happy. And I walk in there, and the guy says, "Is that all you're taking?" My coffee. And I said, "Yes." He goes, "You're good."
Nice.
I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Dude, it feels so good.
Yeah, get it
For somebody who, I can pay for the coffee, but, when you really want your cup of coffee, and then you got somebody just going, "Dude, don't worry about it, you're good."
Yeah.
It felt so good. So, fast forward a year, and we find ourselves at the same damn gas station, close to the same fields we played at a year ago.
Yeah.
I walk in there, and I asked the young lady, I said, "Hey, where are you restroom?" She goes, "Down to the right." I said, "All right, go use the restroom, come back out, grab my cup of coffee after I wash my hands." So I wash my hands, and then I go get my cup of coffee.
Every time Zesty lies, take your drink.
Yeah, I was just kidding. I haven't washed my hands since before COVID. So I go get my coffee, and I go up to the register, and the girl's like doing some sweeping, or she's doing something. She goes, "Is that all you're taking?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, just the coffee." And she's like, "You're fine." Dude, twice. I've only been to that gas station twice in my life, 1 year apart, and both times I got free coffee.
Pretty cool.
I was so excited.
Pretty cool.
And
should
then
go to that gas station more often. See if it's
yeah, dude. I should drive to freaking Leander to go get coffee.
You can save 5 cents.
But then again, so we were out close to Leander or Vista Ridge in Austin during one of the competitions at the beginning of October, right? Bantover, somewhere outside of San Marcos. It was before San Marcos, on our way to Austin. So I need some coffee, and I pulled into a gas station. I'm telling you, dude, I've got that face of a person who, like, when I need coffee, it's like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Because I walk in there, I get my cup of coffee, and as I'm about to pay, the guy goes, "You're fine."
So that's a third gas
Dude,
station.
I keep on getting free coffee. Well, the reason I'm sharing this is because we don't go downtown often. Yesterday we find ourselves downtown. We're right next to the Artisan Theater. We had some place called, I don't know, it's a bar, right? It's next to the Palacio del Rio. And after the performance, our friends whose daughter was performing, they're like, "Hey, let's go get some beers. We want to treat you guys to some beer for making out here."
Nice.
So we go and we have a few beers. But before the show, my wife tells me, "It's not starting till 8:30. It's 8 o'clock. I'm like, "Well, dude, I've got my flask of peanut butter whiskey. I'm going to go get me a cup of coffee."
Yeah.
So I go get myself a cup of coffee.
If you're drinking coffee at 8 o'clock at night, you can go to sleep after that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, dude. I'll drink. My last cup of coffee I have around 10 o'clock.
Oh, you did tell me that one time.
And I go to sleep right after that. But where I was going is I go to the bar, and I guess because I'm the only idiot
ordering coffee at a bar.
I told the girl, I said, can I get do you guys have coffee? She goes, yeah, I have to go brew one for you, but give me a second. She takes off, goes downstairs,
Yeah.
and then comes back up. She's like, coffee will be ready in a bit. I said, all right. 2 minutes later, she comes back. She's got a foam cup of coffee.
Nice.
And she goes, here you go.
How much?
And I said, what do I owe you? And she's like, $4.
Oh, goddamn.
I'm like, dude, what is this, Starbucks? Right? And I'm like, but, supply and demand. I was demanding a cup of coffee and she was supplying it and she was going to charge me whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
But then I realized her boss was probably the thin guy, really nice guy behind her. Because as soon as he walked out, she's like, no, it's fine.
So you got another free
I
cup
got
of coffee.
another free cup of coffee, dude. I'm telling you.
This one a $4 cup of coffee.
So, it was like more of a $1.25 cup of coffee that I was being charged, $4 for. But either way, it was coffee, and if I had to pay $4, I would have been like piece of shit coffee. But since it was free, I was like, oh, this is good
This
coffee,
is the most
dude.
delicious coffee.
Yeah, it's dude, this is amazing coffee. Congratulations, world's best cup of coffee. Elf.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Just making sure.
I know, buddy.
Hey,
We were just playing with your buddy.
Hey. Drink up. Salud. So anyway, that's been my weekend, dude.
You've had an exciting adventure getting free coffees everywhere. Mm-hmm. Sounds like
And that's why I'm saying, if you see me out there and you want to buy me a cup of coffee, if you own a restaurant, work at a restaurant, manage a restaurant,
tradition now.
Convenience store, and I go in there, just give me a free cup of coffee.
I mean, if you break the streak, you get 7 years bad luck.
Maybe you will. But just think about it. If you give me free coffee, I will talk about it on the podcast. And
Even though we didn't even mention the two names of the places that he got free coffee at all.
Yeah, I said 7-Eleven.
Oh, okay. In
There's
Leander.
7-Eleven in Leander twice. It was a Shell station outside of San Marcos, south of the outlets.
And the bar downtown.
And the bar downtown that's next to Prostitute. I think it's called Prostitute. Yeah, I know.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah. Which, by the way, they had a guy playing some live music, and the guy had good tunes going on.
Nice.
His voice sucked.
Yeah.
But now the music was
That's why he's
good.
playing in a bar and not rich and famous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, this is the guy that doesn't even belong at a bar, let alone downtown bar. But hey, you know what? This was after the performance, and so at that point I started having a few IPAs, and
Suddenly he sounds great.
so all of a sudden it's like, hey, Christopher Cross. Because for those of you who don't know, that's Yacht Rock. And for those of you who don't know what Yacht Rock is,
You're too young for this podcast. Change the channel.
vete a la verga. Oh,
Drink.
salud. I really got to change my vocabulary. I want to get drunk on peanut butter whiskey.
No, you don't.
No.
I like you with your potty mouth.
That's what she said. So what else is going on, man?
I had your guy come out and put my lights up.
Oh, did he come out?
He didn't come out. He only charged me $140 because he counted, even though there's a big ass arch that goes up to the second story, he only counted it as one story. He thought, when I told him 2 stories, he thought I wanted like all the shit lined up, kind of like
Like
you had
mine.
it.
Yeah, like mine. Yeah.
But I didn't even think that far because these were just the lights that I used to put up myself.
Yeah.
So I don't get that high when I put them up myself.
Oh.
But last year I fell off the ladder because
He doesn't get that
I
high.
don't get that high, not anymore, not since college. But I don't climb up to do the lights anymore because I'm afraid of heights now. Because last year I fell off the ladder putting the Christmas lights up.
¿Por
So,
qué?
Because my
No,
kid,
por pendejo, güey.
yeah, because my kid wasn't holding the ladder like she was supposed to.
Because she's 8.
No, because she's 13.
Oh, okay.
Not that one.
Oh, okay,
I
got it.
wouldn't
She's like, Dad, I got the ladder. See you later.
exactly.
I was watching TikTok.
Yoink.
I was on TikTok, Dad.
So yeah, he did a really good job. So I'll probably buy more lights next year so he can put it like all the way up
Oh, that's cool.
and
dude.
then pay for the 2-story lighting because I didn't even know that was a possibility. Not once in my mind did it cross my mind to get lights up that high, but I guess I'm fancy pants like Zesty now.
But he's pretty quick, wasn't he?
He was. Well, he had like a whole crew. It was him and like 2 other guys.
Oh shit, dude! When he did ours,
It was just him?
just him, dude.
No, he showed up with 2 guys at my place. He told me he was going to be there at 2:30, and I would have been home by noon at work. But he showed up like at 10 a.m., right in the middle of work, and he's like trying to call me and trying to text me, asking me what I want. Because we didn't even like do a little consultation beforehand. I
Yeah.
just took your word for it that he was a good guy and texted him, and he just put me on the schedule because I guess he took dropping your name. He thought I was a good guy. Mistaken.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, little does he know.
But yeah, so like he kept trying to call me, and then by the time I was calling him back, he wouldn't answer the phone. So I had to turn on my security camera and talk to him through the security camera to try to explain to him what I wanted. But he did great.
He's a good guy, dude.
Then I got to pay him $40 to take it down in January.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So same here. But there's a guy that used to do our Christmas lights, and he did them for a few years for us, and then he started doing the rest of the neighbors, which is fine, except he forgot that I was the guy that recommended him referred him to everybody else, right? And so next thing you know, dude, he's leaving me to the end.
Oh damn.
He's doing half my lights, and then to do the lights, it's like he'll do like 3 trees, and he's like, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, and then a week later he'll do another 2 or 3 trees, and then he's like, I just got something going on, and then he'll do like one part of your house, and then he's like, I'll be back. So dude, what this guy did in probably 30-45 minutes, the other guy was taking like 3 weeks to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, dude, to hell with you. So Richard, I can't remember which. We should have put his information up on here, but
You want to give him a free shout out?
yeah, but I can't remember.
I don't know his last name.
Yeah, it's on that thing that I sent. But anyway, if we don't get it out this week, we'll send it out next week, or maybe by the end of the podcast.
I mean, we can put it in the show notes. Do you want me to put it in the show notes?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Okay.
We can, but I want to refer to somebody who does a good job, and
Yeah.
I think he did a really good job. So, anyway,
Tell him Zesty or Testy sent you, and he will not give you any discount whatsoever.
that's right, that's right, because we've decided that we don't need sponsors.
Yes, we do.
Actually, we do. Yeah. So yeah, please.
We need somebody that knows how to edit video, because we're 2 old farts that don't know how to do that shit. Yes.
Oh yeah, you're right. Anyway, salute. Oh my goodness! So, I need to go get some chocolate liqueur
For what?
for my peanut butter whiskey.
Hmm.
It'll be like
You should get some jelly liqueur. Some grape liqueur, so you can have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
that'll work too. But I want to try peanut butter and chocolate first because I love peanut butter and chocolate. My wife's former boss, he's like, hey, go get some of that Squirrel peanut butter whiskey. It's really good. Yeah. So I did, and he said, but get some chocolate liqueur and try it out. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, so what I was getting at, dude, is we went to this thing yesterday, and it was all fun. We had a few beers after the flamenco performance, and when you're out there, and I don't know why they still had the fans on, at this, like, we were outdoors and they had,
it's cold outside and they're still blowing cold air.
Yeah, they're still blowing cold air. So whatever.
There should be like a switch on them where it'll like actually make it warmer by like circulating the warm air to have them like flow in reverse.
Well, and
every fan has like a little switch on it.
Yeah. Well, but here's the deal: they had the fans. Well, they weren't ceiling fans. It's like those industrial fans that are like hanging from the trees, and but then they had like heaters. They had those tall heaters. And
love those things.
And so they had those all over the place, and it was fine. But it was, you could still feel that, it was cool outside. And this morning I woke up and I realized, I'm 52 years old. I can't be out too long without a sweater or a jacket. 'Cause I woke up and my back was like, I'm like, is it possible for my lungs to hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they did. Yeah. After checking with WebMD, with my doctor, WebMD, Dr. MD, or Dr. Webb, I realized that yeah, you can't. Your lungs can hurt, and I think that's what. Oh my god. That's why I decided today I'm not having a cold drink. I'm having
You're on a warm cup of coffee.
warm cup of coffee.
You know what's even better for that? Have you ever had a, fuck, I don't know what it's called, but you take whiskey, you take honey, you take lime, and you heat that shit up?
Hot toddy.
Thank you. That's what you should be drinking right now.
I really should,
That'll
dude.
because the honey, well, that's more for a sore throat. Because the honey coats the throat, and then the lime.
I got something for you for your sore throat.
I don't have a sore throat. You're the one with the.
Oh,
You're the one with the
I
achy
don't have a
lungs.
sore throat. Look, I'm gonna there.
There you go.
No, we're good. Anyway, anything else going on, man?
Not that I can think
What's
of.
going on in the world?
I do have a new segment if you'd like to fucking go with it. It's called That's Fucking Weird.
Like, well, that was fucking weird.
That was fucking weird. So look, man.
What?
It happens every fucking day, dude.
What happens every
It
fucking
happens
day?
every fucking day.
You wake up and take a shit.
I do wake up and take a shit.
That's fucking weird. But
Shooting rampage in Maine, man. They killed 18 people.
yeah, dude.
That's horrible.
I know we keep talking about this shit, dude, and I know it's never gonna stop, dude. But it sucks, man.
So the dude had mental problems.
Yeah.
The dude had been put in a hospital because he was, what was he? He was a reservist, right? An
Yeah.
Army reservist. He told people that he wanted to hurt his fellow enlisted men. They put him in a hospital, not a mental hospital, but a regular hospital, who treated him and treated him. And then he went and bought guns and shot 18 people, or killed 18 people, in a fucking bowling alley. Can't even take your a bar and a bowling alley.
Well, what would he say, dude? Bars, bowling alleys. I mean, those are the places where you should feel like you can go, relax, have fun.
Have fun with your family.
Exactly, dude. Even church. I mean, for a while there, it's like church, and then, dude, all this stuff that's going on, you know, and well,
Okay, so that was all in the news, right?
yep.
I don't watch the news, so I don't know what's going on in the news. Even without watching the news, I knew about that shit because, I mean, it was on all the time.
Yep.
Did the news ever talk about Diego Barajas Medina?
Who's that? Nope.
They did not once mention Diego
I don't know.
Barajas Medina.
I don't remember hearing a deal about what's the deal with him.
This dude went to the Glenwood Cabins Adventure Park in Colorado, which is kind of like, you know how we got the Natural Bridge cabins?
Yeah.
So it's like an adventure park that they have in Colorado, but not only does it have the cave system and shit, but it's got like amusement rides and roller coasters and shit. But
No, go on.
so he was equipped with a semi-automatic rifle, semi-automatic handgun, multiple loaded magazines, body armor, a ballistic helmet, and multiple IEDs. And he got into this adventure park, which the only way into it, because it's up on a mountain, the only way into it is a 5-minute gondola ride up the mountain.
Okay.
But he went in after hours with apparently plans to do the same shit that the asshole in Maine did, shoot up the entire park. But instead of that, he went into the women's restroom. He got in while the park was still closed. He went into the women's restroom. He wrote on the wall, "I am not a killer. I only wanted to get into the caves," and then shot himself. And then they found him on the floor. Did you hear about it in the
Yes.
news?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did they say about it in the
Well,
news?
I don't remember, but I remember hearing that the next morning when they opened the park, they found him or something to that effect, and I was like, how did he get up there? Or I don't know. Look, these last 2 weeks have been kind of like a blur, and
Yeah, you've been very busy with band. Everybody.
well, and I haven't, like, normally I'll try to watch the news in the morning, you know, as I'm getting ready for work, but I haven't. But I remember hearing a little bit about that, so I can't tell you what was said. But
so they did talk about it.
They did,
a little
yeah.
bit. Okay. Do you know what this reminds me of?
What?
You remember like 20 years ago, There was a pizza delivery guy that had a bomb strapped to his neck, and they sent him into a bank to rob the bank.
Shit, I don't remember that.
This was like a big story. This was like more on the news than the main shooter.
Yeah, dude, but 20 years ago I was too busy partying, so I was like, fuck the news, you know?
So, like 20, and there's a Netflix documentary if you care. I don't know what it's called, but this dude had a bomb strapped to his neck, and he went to the bank to rob a bank, and he got the money, but then when he got out, the cops surrounded him, and he's like, don't come close, it's gonna blow. And so they called the bomb squad, and the bomb squad came and tried to like take the bomb off his neck, and it started beeping, so everybody got back, and it fucking blew up, and it blew his head off.
Oh, shit.
So I am 100% sure that guy did not want to be in that bank, robbing the bank. But he had something forcing him to fucking rob that bank. I am pretty sure that Diego Barajas Medina did not want to shoot up a bunch of people, which is why he killed himself instead of shooting a bunch of people. And by the way,
I do believe that.
we support 988. If you're feeling suicidal, call 988 because you're worth it and we want you to stick around. But I wholeheartedly support this suicide because if he's stuck in a position where he has choices of either murdering a bunch of innocents or murdering himself, he did the Lord's work by killing himself and not murdering a bunch of innocent people.
I do believe that happens, dude. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's been so many instances and maybe situations, right? You hear about the cartels. You know, they go and they recruit these young kids in Mexico, right? And these kids don't want to be involved, but they get involved because if they don't, they go after the families.
Yeah.
Right? And so, I don't know how true it was. The stories that I've read and heard are that some of these kids, you know, they don't want to commit suicide. They don't want to die. They're young kids, dude. You know? But at the same time, it's like they're not thinking, well, if I commit suicide, then they won't hurt my family. But these guys are now supposedly threatening and saying, if you do something stupid to yourself, we're going after your family either way. So just work with us, right? Yeah. And it sucks, man. I mean, I feel bad for these kids and for these folks like that, like you mentioned, that pizza guy. I don't remember the story, but I do believe that there are times when people don't want to do something to hurt others, you know, and it's like they do it just for the sake of hopefully if I do it, somebody else won't get hurt, you know. Yeah. So I don't know.
So this dude had just lost his job at the Dollar General. He was selling personal items on Amazon in order to buy food and pay rent. How the fuck does he have money for a semi-automatic rifle, a semi-automatic pistol, several rounds of magazines, which bullets are going like more than $1 a bullet right now? Where the fuck did he get all this money?
You're thinking that somebody put him up to do this shit, like forced them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways to look at it. You know, if it's a, you know, what has he got to lose? Would they hurt his family? Did he have a family? I don't know.
Everybody's got family. You got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, some people are so distanced from families. You know,
they don't give a shit.
Well, they don't even know. They're so disconnected that families might not even know where they're at, and they don't really care about the families. But you know that you reminded me of something this weekend. You know, I just said, you know, yesterday was kind of a day where I had the opportunity to spend some time with my wife during the day, go out. You know, we had to drive, take care of some stuff, but it's like we had the ability to do so. And then we went and watched the show late in the evening and had fun, you know.
Yeah.
And all this, in part, big part, right, because of the protection that we're given by our, you know.
It was Veterans Day yesterday.
Exactly.
Amen.
You know, all our soldiers and our, you know, armed forces and so, since yesterday was Veterans Day, I am going to say a big thank you to all our veterans, man. Amen. And not just veterans, their families, law enforcement, which at one point are, you know, some of them have been, you know, enlisted. even those folks that are serving. And I say the families because I
It's
know,
hard not
yeah,
having dad
it's
around.
hard on the families. So anyway, so kudos and thank you to all our veterans.
Cheers.
For those folks still serving and the families.
Thank you for your service.
Absolutely, and the families are a big part of this. So thank you guys. Dude, I didn't even say verga. We drink verga. There.
So what do you think? Voices in his head? Cartel? Who's forcing him to do this shit?
Something somewhere. I didn't know this, man. I was talking to a person, and a person who's whose child is going through a lot, and I'm not going to name, and we're going into too much detail, but right now their child is under, almost 24-hour watch, just to make
Suicide
sure.
watch?
Yeah, and because the parents were told that this child has been hearing voices telling him to harm himself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I did not know this, but when that, like, you don't have to be. Some people say, "Oh, that person's crazy." No, like high levels of anxiety and stress trigger those voices.
Sure.
And dude, for somebody who's not going through that, I don't know that stuff.
Yeah.
But it was interesting and sad because this is a child who's probably 11 years old, dude.
Damn. I was really young to be going through shit like that.
Dude, and here's the thing: it's not necessarily that the child is going through anything bad because I know the parents and I know that they're good people, right?
Yeah.
But it's in the child's nature, to have high levels of stress, right?
Sure.
But it's like so high that, I mean, there's a lot more to it, but it's you just never know what the person is going through. And so, like this guy that you're talking about,
Yeah.
it could have very well been that we don't know what he's going through, right?
Sure.
Could have been that he was forced, he was being blackmailed,
Yeah.
threatened,
Yeah.
or could it just be, was it a military guy? Yeah, right?
No, he worked.
No, he was,
worked at Dollar General.
but wasn't he the one that was also like,
That was the dude that shot up Maine.
oh, was that? Is that
Yeah.
okay.
This is Diego. He
Oh, that's right. No,
worked at Dollar General.
yeah, that's what it was. And so I just, you just never know. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you hear these stories, don't be too quick to judge.
Sure.
And I'm going to use another example of us being too quick to judge. And this really upset me, man, because this was. It does not have anything to do with suicide. So I mean, I'm just gonna preface by saying that I don't want people to say, well, you can't compare one to the other.
Okay.
So don't judge me. But my point is, when I said don't judge, you never know the full story. And even if you do know the full story, it's not your place to judge somebody.
Sure.
Right? But about 3 weeks ago, well, I'm going to go back to band, right? About 3 weeks ago, my daughter was performing at a competition in Waco, right? And it had been raining throughout the morning.
Yeah.
And then it finally cleared up a little bit, and first band goes and performs. This is at a Bands of America competition in Waco, open field, really nice place. All right, first band goes out there, and as soon as it starts, they're about to end, it starts drizzling on them. So they get everything out of the field. The show was over. You don't want to damage the instruments,
Yeah.
right? So they put a halt on this on the performances, and they said, hey, we're gonna pause, take a nature break,
Sure.
right? Because we don't want to
Damage the instruments.
damage instruments, hurt the children, and put them in harm's way, whatever. All right, 30 minutes go by. It clears up a little bit. It's still overcast, but it stopped raining. You could see it on the TV because I didn't go to that competition. I see that everything looks fine. My kids' band starts performing, right? It's about an 8-9 minute performance,
Yeah.
and about minute 4.5 or 5, so halfway into their performance, it starts raining. And when I say raining, I'm not talking rain. I'm talking torrential storm, right? And so they had by the time the torrential storm came out, they had about a minute left. So they finished the show, got everything out.
Yeah.
They ended up canceling the finals. They said, we're going to announce the finalists, but you're not going to perform. You can start heading out because, it's just going to rain. It's just going to continue raining.
Yeah.
So they head back to San Antonio. They get back to the band hall, open up their instruments, take everything out, make sure everything dries the next day. There was a lot of damage, dude.
Lots
of damage to some of the instruments, but woodwind instruments.
Yeah.
Some percussion.
Yeah.
And we're talking about $29,000 worth of damage, right? So.
A la verga.
Yeah, that calls for a la verga when you see that shit, So what happens? Monday morning, Sunday night, the band director posts on Facebook saying, "Hey, this happened to us at Bands of America. We've got so many instruments ruined.
Take up a collection or something."
And she was saying it was kind of like a request to other band directors, if you have any instruments that we can borrow, because that weekend they still had a Thursday football game, and they still had a Friday Bands of America performance here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And they said, we need to collect some money. So some of the band parents decided we're going to start almost like a GoFundMe on Cheddar, on that Cheddar or whatever it's called. So they did. It was like the goal was $29,000.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, they were able to raise that in a day.
Nice.
It was
generous parents.
Awesome. Well, it wasn't just parents, dude. They threw it out there to the community and said, "Hey, if you can help us, this is how much it's going to cost to repair each instrument." So you could go in there and donate $5 towards fixing that trombone, or $1,000 to that trombone, or saxophone, or whatever it was, right?
Very nice.
But more importantly, and this was so cool, dude. The next morning, they asked some of the crew parents, "Hey, are you guys able to do this?" Because schools from surrounding areas reached out to the band director at the high school saying, "Hey, we've got, 5 saxophones you can borrow from us. We've got 2 flutes. We've got 1 bass drum. We've got," and so everybody, UTSA, it was included. And said, I have a problem saying. I like UTSA, and I'm going to say it. The Blue Chickens, go Blue Chickens, Roadrunners, whatever. It's a blue chicken, right? But thank you.
You live in San Antonio. What do you have against UTSA?
I don't have anything against the Blue Chickens, but I wanted to say thank you. So, yeah. So, my point was, everybody came together and helped out. But then, even the TV was there. The news came over and did a story on what all had happened.
Sure.
But this is where the judging comes into place, right?
Oh.
So the story appears on the TV on Ken's 5 and KSAT 12 and Fox or whatever, and there's always that one person saying, "Well, if you know the instrument's not going to get damaged, why would you put the kids through that?" And then immediately it was like the band director should have known.
You can't predict the weather. Even the weathermen cannot predict the weather. The fucking meteorologists, they can't predict the weather. So the band director is not going to be able to figure that out.
No, it's not. And it's like, you don't know this situation. You don't know that when they started the show, it was freaking clear.
Yeah.
And 6 minutes, 5 minutes into the show, it started pouring.
Yeah.
And when I say pouring, dude, I'm talking like it starts raining, they start pulling their instruments out.
Yeah.
And in that 2 minutes that it took to get the instruments off the field,
dude,
everything. The water was like at least 5 inches tall.
Wow.
And so that tells you the amount of rain that just poured down, right?
Yeah.
So this, what we were saying, right? Don't be so quick to judge if you don't know the story.
What was that? Just people on the internet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bro, people on the internet, they're just fucking trolls that sit there in their underwear talking shit.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. It's like if you watch the story on Cancer KSAT, just don't read the comments. Yeah, don't read the comments because
There's a
you're
bunch
always
of
going to have
assholes in their
that.
underwear talking shit.
Yeah, and that's what it was. And it's like, dude, don't start talking shit if you don't know what the hell's going on. You don't know the full story.
Yeah.
You know, it's upsetting. Anyway, I just needed to share that with you because regardless of what may have happened, how it happened, if you don't know the story, whether it's banned or somebody's, I don't know, death, however it may have happened, we don't know the full story. So don't be so quick to just pass judgment, you know.
It's a beautiful story about community coming together to help somebody out. And then on the tail end, it's the internet being the internet.
Yeah, somebody had to go in there and just fuck shit up, right? And it sucks because the truth is, I was upset at the fact that people were making these comments, but I think somebody said it. It was the bigger story was the fact that the community reached out, and I was really happy to be a part of this because I was. Some of the parents started reaching out. One lady said, "I got this." She grabbed the bull by the horns and started saying, "Hey, who can go pick up at this?" And she started immediately putting down parents. It's like one parent said, "I'll go to New Braunfels and pick up what they have."
Nice.
I ended up I told her, I said, "I'm on the south side. What do you mean?" And she goes, "Can you go to Krista McAuliffe Middle School?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "And while you're out there, can you go to this other school?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I went to 2 schools, picked up like 11 saxophones and 2 flutes, brought them back, and by noon on Monday. This came out on Sunday. That the plea from the band director for some assistance or help, right? And by Monday, on Sunday night, Monday by noon, I think, or 1 o'clock, the band had most of their instruments thanked and all to the community, to the schools, to other band directors, and and it wasn't even the same school district. We're talking like Southside ISD or Southwest ISD or whatever it is, right? It didn't matter at that point. It was community. So it was touching. It was really cool, man. So
I would never be elected president because I talk too much shit. However, if I was elected president, first thing I do. First thing I do is legalize marijuana. That has nothing to do with the conversation. The second thing I do is pass the Twitter fingers law. And the Twitter fingers law has 2 parts to it. Let me explain.
all right.
Number 1, everybody who gets online to get on the fucking internet to talk shit would have to have a location tracker on their device so that as you post your shit online, it shows where you're at in the coffee shop, at your home address, wherever the fuck you're at. The second part of the law is I would legalize punching somebody in their nose because not enough people get punched in the face anymore. Back before we were a lawless society, you didn't go up and talk random shit to people because you get punched, you get shot, you get something. We've become a society where people hide behind their keyboards and talk so much shit without fear of repercussions.
Yeah.
So murder would still be illegal. So you would have to judge how hard you hit somebody. So like you can't just fucking knock them unconscious to where they can fall back and hit the back of their head.
Yeah.
But you can walk into the little fucking coffee shop where they're like, the band director should have known that the weather was gonna rain, and you could just fucking
whack him in the face.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude,
and then walk out of the coffee shop.
I would love that.
Ben Blair, 2024. Oh no, Tessie McNasty, 2024. Zesty Tito de la Pinga, Vice President, right here.
Oh, thank you, sir. You would nominate me as your VP?
Yeah.
I appreciate
Who the fuck?
that.
I ain't got nobody else.
Yeah. Nobody else would do this shit.
But anyway, yeah. I think more people need to get punched in the face. So the beauty of it is, if you're really old, you can get to the point where you can talk so much shit, and they gotta if I punch this dude, I'm gonna go to jail for murder. I can't really punch this dude. So old people would just be talking all the shit, but fucking young people, these the little pieces of shit with the twisty handlebar mustaches, they would never talk shit again because their precious little noses would get broken quick fast.
You're like, oh, you're gonna mess up my flannel shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just crap, man. Well, and so what about, speaking of that? We're talking about people passing judgment and saying all kinds of shit. What about that video of those that surged, or those that families taking all the candy?
Oh yeah.
Immediately, the first thing that everybody said, I swear, man, fucking Mexicans.
Yeah.
They weren't Mexican.
Where were they?
Salvadoran or something like that. Yeah. They weren't Mexican. And then they did show some other little, what looked like a little Hispanic kids at another house.
Putting
candy
in the empty bowl.
In an empty bowl, yeah.
So, I mean, you got, everywhere you go, there's going to be assholes, there's going to be good people. The good people are the ones that teach their kid, you never look into somebody else's bowl unless you're checking to make sure that they have enough. Yeah. And then the fucking bad parents are the ones standing next to the kids like, oh, just dump it in.
Yeah.
Just dump it in. So...
Yeah, but immediately the first... not everybody that speaks Spanish is Mexican. I guess that's my point.
Oh, your point was that they were judging the kids.
Yeah, it's like, freaking Mexicans. I'm like, no.
Fucking El Salvadorians.
Yeah.
Or whatever they were.
Careful with what you say, dude. What? We don't want MS-13 listening to this shit.
Is that where they're from?
Yeah. I mean... Anyway, but no, dude, there's that one guy that fucking calls out people for doing shit like that. I love listening to his little videos. Like, you'll see people, like, you got one asshole, right? Let's say with road rage, going after, and there's always
a little old lady.
Yeah, it's like a little old lady or just a young girl that they can intimidate, right? Yeah. And so I think he was going after this one. A couple of girls, right? And one of the girls started recording him. And so the guy ended up trying to push him off the road and hitting the brakes. Eventually the guy gave up and took off. Yeah. And so these girls posted it on social media, right? Yeah. And this guy that does this stuff, I've seen him on TikTok, guy with a beard. But what he does is he'll start posting. It's like, if anybody knows who this person is, please let me know. Yeah. And then he'll do some digging, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, this is blah blah blah, and he'll say where they work. I mean, dude, he'll just go to town on. It's like,
you can find a lot of shit on the internet. There's a lot of
absolutely
public information on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want anybody to look me up because then they'll find out that I was like a private dancer,
Dance for money, do what you want me to do.
So yeah. Anyway, we don't need anybody to find that out. So again,
don't pass judgment is the basis.
Yeah.
Of your.
Yeah, dude, and then now let's put away the past judgment. But you were talking about shit that happens. All these people, all these crimes, right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, on the news earlier this week, they were talking about the number of carjackings.
Oh, has that gone up?
Oh, well, not only that.
You know how much you can flip a used car for?
Yeah.
Fucking used cars cost as much as a new car.
But we're talking about, it's like, so you can't even feel safe. Like, they were talking about...
your own car.
Well, not even in your car. These are people driving up to their homes in their cars and then being attacked violently in their driveways, dude. And I think our... representative, what's his name, Henry Cuellar from down in South Texas region. Yeah. He was one about a month ago.
He got carjacked?
Yeah, dude. In D.C.
know that. In Washington D.C.
Yeah, and coming out of his own apartment, dude.
That place is pretty violent, though.
Well, and then you got somebody in Chicago that was a girl and her mom. They just pulled them to their driveway. I mean. Dude, what the fuck is going on? It's like, look, we've always had crime. I know it, dude, but it's like, and I know, like you said sometime back, we hear more about it because the media shares what they want you to hear, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that it's happening, and it's like...
There's an increase in it. There's an increase in it.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got my wife and 2 kids, and I worry about them going places, and you shouldn't have to.
No, you shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have to. It's what you just said right now, right? We shouldn't have to worry about going to a bowling alley or a bar or a church, or then you add to this all this shit that's going on in Hamas and Israel, and it's like, whatever's going on out there, it sucks. But why do you have to bring it to the States and then start going after people here? You know,
Oh yeah, the
like
Jewish and the
colleges.
Palestinian,
Well,
yeah.
that and the people in colleges. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a fucked up
agree.
world, people.
It's a fucked up world.
Que se va a la verga.
It's
So
only getting-
might as well drink.
It's only getting more fucked up.
Yeah.
Are we gonna pause for the cause and continue, or are we gonna? You don't have anywhere to go.
No, we can stop.
I gotta pee.
You gotta what? Nature calls.
Yes, nature calls.
All right, folks. After these messages, we'll be right back. It's the power of magic and media and whatever
Magic
it
the
is.
Gathering.
So we'll be right back. Stay where you're at. Don't change it. You won't even know we're gone. So anyway,
You
talk
make
to you
that
in a
same
little
speech every time. You don't think they know this by now?
bit. No, they don't. I bet you they mean. I told you not to go anywhere.
So the world's fucked up. That's the conclusion we came to. But it is Christmas season, and as the memes say,
It's Thanksgiving.
November 1st to November 22nd is Christmas. The 22nd to the 25th is Thanksgiving. And then November 26th all the way to
End of the year.
December 31st is more Christmas.
Yeah.
So we're in the Christmas season, baby. I got my lights up. We've been listening to Christmas music. I will be releasing my classic Christmas list on the Spotify channel. If you follow it, I'll post a link below. I don't know if anybody listened to my rap mix. It was pretty good. I sent it to a couple friends that enjoyed it.
What would be on your Christmas list?
I
What
don't
mix?
want a lot for Christmas. Many, many. I don't even know the words. Mariah Carey. She's been woken up after her 4,000 years of slumber to make her 1 year's worth of money in one single day, just like most retail stores.
What does she think she is? Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Oh.
Run, Run, Rudolph by Chuck Berry.
Oh, yeah.
I Ain't Getting Nothing for Christmas by some fucking kid. I'm getting nothing for Christmas. You heard that one, yeah. So yeah, shit like that. That's my Christmas playlist. One of these days, you're gonna have to make your yacht rock playlist so we can put it on Spotify.
Dude, I could do my Christmas one. I love Christmas music. I started listening to Christmas music November 1st, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I love so many Christmas songs, but of course, what is that? White Christmas or what's going on? The Christmas song. It's with oh my god.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
But
That
it's
one?
with
Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's like the best one to me.
Is that one the best one, or the one where his daughter, sings it with his dead, disembodied voice?
No.
Have you seen that one?
Yes, but I like just Nat King
The
Cole's
original one.
rendition. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that one. And then what's that song with George Michael?
Last Christmas I gave you my heart. The very next day you gave it away, bitch.
Yeah. what an asshole. Anyway, so yeah, that would be on my Christmas list.
Yeah.
Marshmallow World, dude.
Oh, that's all right. That's not mine.
What? Are you serious?
No.
It's a marshmallow world
It's a good
that
song.
we live in.
It's a good
Okay.
song.
All right. Well,
Merry Motherfucking Christmas by Eazy-E. That's gonna be my.
it's definitely not on my list. Yeah.
That's
Oh
on
my-
my poorly hidden bonus track at the end of the mix.
Cumbias. Ooh, Cumbia Christmas.
Ooh, is there a Cumbia Christmas? I've never.
Dude, there's a lot of Mexican songs there. El Burrito Sabanero is one that you hear around Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Dominic, the Italian Christmas
Yeah.
donkey.
Hee haw, hee haw.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Anyway,
Ya viene la vieja. Have you heard that one?
no. That's the Pika Pika version? or
No,
what?
it's Ya viene los reyes, and then it's a song, and then Mary is washing Jesus's pañales in the river.
No, dude, I haven't seen
Bro,
that.
that's on my list, baby. You gotta listen to the
So
Testament
don't just
casting.
put the list. Can you make links out of it?
Bro, it's on. All you gotta do,
Is click on it.
click on this video.
But that one, that specific one, I want to see it. That's why I said I want a link.
No,
to
you gotta listen to the whole fucking list, baby.
Oh, that's fine. I don't care. I'm good.
Listen
It's
to the
Christmas
whole
music,
fucking
dude.
thing. The whole fucking thing.
It's Christmas music, baby. So
Hide it deep in the middle, so you have to.
I want a Snoop Dogg Christmas.
I don't have that one.
Oh no, I'm just saying we find it. And if, Snoop Dogg, I know you're not listening, but if you happen to be, how about a Christmas song?
Or just be a guest, baby. You know.
Yeah, how cool would that be? You know how cool that would be, dude?
I think that would get more views than the fucking the hospital.
Yeah.
168, not just 167, baby.
Is that what it is?
167 is what we got.
Wow, dude. And just to think, I'm going back next never.
No, you're going to the Donkey Lady Bridge next year.
Woo! Oh my God, my coffee's so much better right now. Put it back
fresh
in the
out the microwave.
Yeah, fresh out the microwave.
Nothing like microwave coffee.
1 whole minute. I mean, my peanut butter is warm. Hey, that's what she said. All right.
What? Are we coming to the end where we're coming to closing arguments, or we just gotta let this motherfucker flow for a while since you ain't got no. I showed up early because he had a game to get to, but the game got canceled because it was raining. And look at this weather; it's beautiful right now. This is perfect for a soccer game.
It is, yeah, but you know, it's something about tearing up the fields, and then they're like, "Oh, well, you gotta donate money to help fix the fields that your kids tore up and whatever." Anyway, but it is obviously people have seen our transition going from "fuck, it's hotter than shit in here," so all of a sudden it's like here I am wearing a long sleeve shirt and a sweater vest, and I'm hoping to bring back the sweater vest, man.
Looking dapper, bro.
Yeah, dude, I am.
I thought this would be a perfect day for the Fancy Day podcast, but you're wanting to put that off
Fancy
for a
Day
whole month.
podcast. I think I'm gonna get ourselves a chimenea, dude. We're gonna have a little fire going on. We'll sit over there, you know.
Next to the fireplace?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Do you have a bearskin rug that we can lay down?
I'll find one, dude. I'll steal one from HEB.
We'll go kill a bear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, HEB's got a weird section where it's got like leather, like cowhides.
Yeah, dude. I know.
Like what the fuck?
I mean,
Here, let me get my eggs, my bacon, my fucking cowhide.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean,
why?
I can't remember the last time I went into HEB and said to myself, dude, I need double D batteries, a sack of potatoes, a pack of ham, and a bearskin rug.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
I mean,
it's kind of weird.
But thank you, HEB, I guess. We appreciate you killing the bears. It's probably the family goes out hunting, they bring back the shit, and they're like, oh, dude,
we don't know what to do with it. Let's put it in the...
Let's sell it. Let's sell it at the stores.
Store.
Yeah. So,
yeah, the Herbert E. Butt family.
Well,
you know that's what his name is, right? The last name is Butt.
Yeah.
I told my kids when they were really young, like,
my
go
kids,
to HEB, you know what that stands for? That stands for Herbert E. Butt. And they're like, hee.
That's what I was going to tell you. Do they still laugh? Because my kids still laugh whenever I say, we're going to the butt store.
I've never called it the butt store, but I will from now on.
Well, I mean, it's like that video. It's like, what do you buy at Staples? What do you buy at Dick's? What do you buy? What do you buy at HEB, dude? Oh, get some ass, some butt.
You buy it, Dicks.
Pork
Oh, my
butt. Pork
goodness.
butt. That's what we're talking about.
Pork butt soup.
Anyway, you know, a while ago I was going to share something when we were talking about all this hate, and I don't remember what it was. I hate it when that shit happens.
Yeah,
but
you're old.
either way, going
Ginkgo
back.
biloba, baby. You can get your memory back.
What?
Ginkgo biloba, and you can get your memory back.
With a name like that, you really think I'm going to remember that shit? I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. Did I have breakfast already? Anyway, no, I did. Trust me, I can forget a lot of things, but not to eat. That's the one thing I will not do.
When are we going to the bakery?
Oh yeah, dude. You know, and I was just there last week, and I didn't talk to the lady. I should have asked her.
Yeah.
But this is we're getting to a good time to be at the bakery, man.
Yeah.
Take some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You know, spike it up with a little Bailey's. Some Kahlua on your hot chocolate.
I like the Bailey's idea.
Well, we can do Bailey's, man. And if you're interested in joining us, fuck you, you're not. Not unless we invite you. So don't try to like come over. Okay, can I join you guys? No.
Yeah, you're gonna invest money for that. Apparently.
This isn't cheap. This isn't free, folks. So anyway, so dude, I'm actually pretty happy. I didn't know we were at 168. on that.
On that one video, yeah.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
those
just that
videos.
one video.
That's pretty cool.
I think
man.
like the second place is like 50 something.
No, there was one that's at 70 something.
Oh well, the two walkthroughs. Oh yeah, we do have another video that's not a walkthrough that's at 70 something.
That's in the 70s, right?
Is that up and to the right?
Up and to the right. I
Like
think,
to
too.
the most random fucking
Yeah, dude.
random fucking video, and it got a lot of views for some reason.
Yeah. So
We didn't even talk about shit in that.
I don't
one.
even know what's wrong with you people. There's obviously something wrong with you. So you wanted us
You are
to be
listening
back.
to us,
We're
so.
back. All right. You know, if you're coming to our podcast, like we've said before, for educational purposes, thank you. But you missed the link. This isn't it.
I don't think anybody mistook this for educational podcast. We're not.
You'd be surprised, dude.
We're not doing.
No. You'd be surprised. I think people learn from listening to us. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that shit because those guys are
Exactly.
idiots.
What
yeah,
not to do.
yeah, what not to do. So we are an example of what you shouldn't do. Like,
We
don't
won't
take
end up like that.
don't take a paper clip, fold it in half, and then try to stick it in an electrical socket.
Bro, what the
Don't.
fuck are you doing? You're gonna
No, I'm
get
saying
us
don't do it.
canceled.
What's that?
You're gonna get us canceled.
Well, I'm saying don't do it. I mean, I'm not,
Don't do it.
now, if you're an adult and you do it, fuck, you deserve whatever happens. That's the way I see it.
We said the YouTubes where 18 and under couldn't click on us, right?
Yeah.
They have to pretend like they're over 18 to click on us.
Yeah.
So
Now, which at that point, that's their fault, dude.
Yeah.
Not mine.
quit
I
pretending
mean,
like
I
you're-
do the right thing. I do the right thing for this world. And by the way, I'm just going to throw it out there again. Peanut butter whiskey. So good, man, with coffee. That's what I'm drinking at.
So we got a lot of shit coming out. Fancy Day sometime in December.
Yeah.
We got to do the end of the year review, and I've got some shit printed up for the end of the year review.
Okay.
That's gonna be fun. A lot of memes.
We got La
A lot of memes.
Panaderia that we want to do.
Yeah, we should do that like sometime before Christmas.
Pollos asados. We could do pollos asados norteños.
You wanna
Eat chicken while we do our podcast. We're going to be like... So,
Hey,
anyway.
bro, no. I guess maybe, but fucking, bro, why?
So we do the panaderia. We can't eat pan dulce
We're gonna eat pan dulce.
after the podcast?
No, while
During
we're
the
fucking
podcast?
during the podcast.
So
There's
what-
a big difference between munching on some bread and fucking like pulling chicken off the bone. Oh, that's fucking good. There's a fucking big difference.
Well, we want them to know that it's that good.
Ching.
Anyway, yeah, we do have a lot of shit coming up, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right. La Panaderia is coming to you. And,
That's coming soon.
It's coming soon.
sometime.
but if you want to look it up, it's called Caballero Bakery on Pin Road.
So, are you gonna like talk to the owners beforehand, or are we just gonna show up and park?
No,
in-
I'm going to talk to her.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to her and just tell her, hey, we're going to set up outside your bakery and do this. And, you know, just don't ask her, tell her what we're going to do. Oh, and by the way, we're going to need some free bread so we can advertise your business. It's that simple, dude. If she wants it, great. If she doesn't want it,
If she wants 15 whole subscribers to see how delicious her pan dulce is,
Mm-hmm.
I got you right here, baby.
I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? You got two fat guys enjoying pan dulce. I mean,
We can get diabetes.
two fat guys that I don't know who those fat guys are. And then you've got zesty or testy. So, I'm not saying we're fat. Fluffy. Oh, speaking of Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, you know the comedian?
You have him booked as a guest for next week.
Close. He's a big fan of that bakery.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah, he's actually, they've got a picture of him autographed,
wall,
on the wall
autographed,
autographed saying,
Nice.
best pan dulce in the world.
Nice. Okay.
Oh,
Shit.
in that little world.
If Fluffy likes it, then it's gotta be good.
If it's good enough for Fluffy, it's good enough for
Let's
these
do
two
it.
Fluffies.
Let's do it.
So, anyway. All right, folks. Well, it was a pleasure being back. It was exciting.
Yeah. This is a good one. I like this one. We had fun.
It was because I think we were kind of, dude, if we sound mellow, that's because I think we are mellow, dude.
I think we're both exhausted.
Yeah.
And I don't think.
We didn't feel like fighting with anybody this weekend. Except all you motherfuckers that are out there committing crimes.
Yeah. Crime is bad. I mean. So.
A needle pulling thread.
What?
So, it's a needle pulling thread.
Doe, a deer, a female deer. Is that what
Raise a drop of warm coffee.
Crime was at a peak in the 90s, and it dropped off, but it's going back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's inflation. I don't know if so many businesses closed down because of COVID, so now there's less employment. I don't know what's going on.
It's a little bit of everything, dude.
We're taking a turn for the worse in this world.
I mean, look, people say, oh, there's less jobs, and people, resort to crime to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Bullshit, dude. There's jobs out there.
Yeah.
Will inflation do it? Yeah, absolutely. But it's just, I think it's sheer laziness. People would rather commit crimes than go out there and get a fucking job, I'm not saying that's the same for everybody, but I'm just saying we learn to forgive a lot of shit. We look the other way. And I say I'm not saying everybody does, but in general, the world that we live in, if somebody commits a crime and the police are involved, they always say, well, the police, they shouldn't have done this. The police shouldn't have done this. The police shouldn't have responded to this. The police should have just backed up. Does anybody ever stop and ask,
the criminal shouldn't have...
What did the criminal do?
Exactly.
Right? Or why didn't, when he was told, or she was told, or they were told, whoever it was, when she was told, stop, why didn't they?
Yeah.
Right? And if, you have these people say, my son, my daughter would have never done that. Then why did your son or daughter not stop and just cooperate with the police? And the first thing that comes out of everybody's mouth is, they were scared that something would do that. I mean, look, dude, I don't like getting a ticket like nobody likes getting a ticket.
But I don't, drive away when the cop pulls me over.
That shit. I'm going to take off because I don't want to get a
My
ticket.
shitty ass mini, the cop's walking by it.
Yeah.
All right, sir, come on.
You're like, it's like, sir, you're riding a scooter. Sir, it's a Mini Cooper. Okay, whatever. Close enough, right?
So, yeah.
Yeah, you can't, man. I don't want to go into detail as to what I drive, but my car, like yours, is slow. Mine is very noticeable, know. It's that's why I said it's a little bit of everything, dude. I mean,
but the parents that are sitting there going my son ain't done nothing wrong. Those are the same parents that are taking their kids to the fucking please take one bowl at Halloween and being let's dump the whole thing inside.
Yeah.
It starts with how you train your kids.
Absolutely.
It starts with how you train your kids.
Absolutely. And we can't always blame 100% the parents, but the truth is it starts at home.
Yeah.
And we can't look the other way and be blinded to what our kids do.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the truth is, deep down inside, you know what your kids are capable of. You know what you've raised. You know what you have at home. And the truth is, enough is enough. I'm not saying, there's been incidents where sometimes the police still go a little far.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, dude, I would hate to be a police officer. I said it before. It's a tough job. It's tougher even now because it's
everything's.
I feel like their hands are tied behind their backs. It's they're so afraid to react because it's what happens, Yeah. What's going to happen to me if I react and I do this to this person?
Yeah.
Right? It's you give them a taser, but if you taste them and they suffer a stroke or something, it's oh, you killed them. Well, I didn't use the gun.
I tried to do non-lethal.
And all of a sudden it's you still did something wrong, and now they're coming after you. Now you lose your job, and it sucks, man.
Yeah.
That's why I said, look, we're not going to change the world. We're not going to change what it is. We're not going to change people.
We are going to complain about it a lot.
A lot. So stay tuned for more complaints from Zesty or Testy.
Before we go, I would like to bring back spanking in schools. When I was a kid,
the paddle.
I did fucked up shit. I got sent to the principal's office. I got paddled. It turned out okay. I didn't commit any major crimes.
Decent at best.
I'm a little fucked up, but there's a lot of people that are more fucked up than I am. And they didn't get spanked. They needed to get spanked.
Well, and we need not just to bring back spanking, dude, but for parents to be open to their kids getting spanked. Yeah. Just like your parents probably did. Because I know my mom said, if you get in trouble at school and the principal's going to do something to you, just remember, it's going to get worse when you get home. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, hold on. How is it? How is that right? And I told you, I went to a school where I remember it was a nun. And I guess that's why I was freaked out about Yorktown Hospital, because, it was a nun who would spank us on the hands if we did something wrong. Yeah. But I told you, she wouldn't use the ruler like that. She would turn the ruler sideways and smack you in. And I remember when she called my mom, my mom actually told her, and if this happens again, and I'm like, oh, she's gonna let her have it. And my mom says to her, if this happens again, you've got my permission to do what you need to him. I'm like, et tu, Brute? Like, I could not believe that. But that's parenting 101 from when parenting was parenting.
Yeah.
Up until the age of, up until 10 years ago when my mom passed away, I was still scared of her.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter that she couldn't move around fast enough. If she said take out the trash, it meant like now.
Yeah.
Not tomorrow, not in a while, just now. And that's, we need to go back to that. We need to show the kids who's boss.
Yeah.
And we need to make these kids fear the police, because I feared the police when I was a kid, dude.
I still get nervous if a cop is behind me, if I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah. I mean, because that's how we were raised.
Yeah.
You respect those guys, regardless of age. I mean, they've got training for a reason, and so, anyway. Well, that was good. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I appreciate it. So,
A la verga!
salud.
Are we calling this a la verga or quítate la verga? Which one are we calling it?
Maybe te la verga. I'll show you how to spell it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, folks, one last sip of coffee.
Cheers.
We're out. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys for joining us. Maybe?
I ain't got the conflicts.
Oh,
Dance season's over.
Oh, yeah. And we will be here next week.
Okay.
Cross
You
our
said
fingers.
it. Happy Veterans Day.
That's right. Happy Veterans Day.